operate in the Los Angeles area.
No chance. We would have found him.
Cycle drivers here, sir.
Church unit to handle code 2 identified.
Give me a break!
See what I mean, cycle drivers? They just like running me. If he died, I would fly. Cycle drivers. Bomber club.
Yeah.
He's good looking.
Excuse me?
Gentlemen, what can I get you?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. Were you working here last night?
Yes. How can I help, officer?
You can start with your name.
Garrett Mason.
You're the regular bartender on nights?
I'm a temporary barman. I work for an agency. I fill in at bars across town.
Do you remember a woman who came in here last night? 5'7", about 110 pounds, blonde hair, about 40 years of age.
You mean Celine Henry?
Yes. Do you know anything about her?
I don't. But the owner, Mr. McCall, serves her most nights. Would you like to speak to him?
I would.
He sits at the back of the club. Wears a hibiscus. You can't miss him. Is there anything else?
Fire away, Phelps. I'll stay here. I'm a little parched. Pour me 3 fingers of rye.
I got a call back for that Universal Chorus line.
Detective Phelps, LAPD. We're investigating the murder of Celine Henry. Do you know her?
Celine? Going to pay for that?
What a liar.
Sure. She and I, Jacob, her husband, we go way back.
She was here last night?
Sure, she's a regular. Celine was a lovely woman.
Suspect seen with victim.
Was Mrs. Henry here with anyone last night?
Not at first. Celine already had quite a head start.
But she attracted attention?
Certainly. A few gentlemen became very enamored with her and her stories. One guy in particular.
He's not lying.
You know him?
No. He's been in a couple of times.
Did they leave together?
Yes. At around 11. If it helps, I made the guy's license plate.
2B889.
I think this could be a great help, sir. Thank you.
2B889. Ring stolen from victim.
Mrs. Henry appeared to be missing a ring, torn from her finger, but not her wedding finger.
Celine always wore a red garnet ring on the large side. Larger than life, like Celine herself.
Did she have it a long time?
Sure. Since way back in her flying days.
Did her husband buy it for her?
No, it was before Jacob.
Me and the little kid are on the same flight. Me and the little kid are on the same flight.
He is lying.
I think you know where the ring came from, and I think you're gonna tell me.
Okay, I bought it years ago. I carried a torch for Celine in those days. As I always have. Her old man never knew about it.
Knowledge of husband.
You know the husband?
Sure I know Jacob. He was in the Corps. He met Celine on a furlough and married her when the war was finished. Put up with a load of shit.
Do you think he killed his wife?
No. No, not in my opinion.
He's
Was he ever violent with her?
Celine came in here last night looking like she'd taken a slap.
Mm.
They don't live together anymore, so it might not have been him.
Thanks, Mr. McCall. You've been a big help. One more thing. Would you have an address for Celine?
Damn it.
142 North Union Avenue. God knows I had to send her home in enough cabs to remember that.
No, don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me.
Alright. Thank you,
Want a
I
tip?
forgot your name.
Refill my coffee next time, honey.
Let's get out of here.
Hey, what's the hurry? My school is just starting to warm up nicely.
Nothing significant.
You find the booze helps you get through a working day?
Sharpens my investigatory instincts, Phelps.
A smart lawyer might use that to throw out anything you collect today.
A smart man might know it's unwise to stand between the patient and his medicine.
As long as you're not falling over, Rusty, I'll let it slide.
That's mighty kind of you, Phelps. You know, you picked the wrong job with a healthy thirst to finish, Cody.
We owe it to this city to do the best we can in this position. As homicide detectives, that responsibility is all the more serious.
Always the politician.
It's not political, it's practical. Maybe the men combing Hollywood Boulevard after the Elizabeth Short murder were more interested in sniffing out booze than the clues that would have led to her killer.
Yeah, well, if only you'd been there, choir boy. Betty Short would be alive, the Japs would have spared Pearl Harbor, our ancestors
Just
wouldn't have tasted the
imagine
forbidden fruit.
being a
Minor
cop in the
syntactical
40s or
error,
being in the
Detective
war.
Galloway. I never
Or
claimed
just
to be
being
able
alive
to
in the
prevent
40s,
crime.
imagine how
I
it
only
was.
suggested a proficiency in
Always
solving.
running away because there's
Guess
always
that's the drink
shootings around
slowing you
you.
down.
Especially
Oh my
in daylight.
God, brother, oh brother. It's worse than I could ever have imagined.
I think I'm going around in circles. Hey. That guy, those guys don't, the fat guys don't look like they're in the 40s. They look like they're in the 2000s. Would a police car stop to a police car? Never knew that. I could take this path. Oh, you're so lucky. Get out of my way, damn. Going in the house.
I'll try the back door. Wait here a second.
Nico, you know you could kick him, right?
Shooting?
Go to team 5 then.
What?
Okay, now you're on our team. No, but...
Side window's been Jimmy. Looks like somebody's creeped the joint.
I need more, remember? Still?
Don't want to do anything.
Don't think this is any use to
You
us.
shut up, Cole. Huh?
Doesn't give me anything to go on.
Shut up.
Size 9s. Above average for a lady.
Yeah.
Okay. No use.
Burglar used the pry bar. Why did you kick the door in?
You think I'm gonna climb through a broken window in a $30 suit? You got another thing coming, Buster.
Me? I'm at these nuts.
Oxdale.
Probably nothing.
I did have
Oh, I should have.
dirty.
Nothing to do with outside. Smoking a cigarette. Alcohol. Oh, look at the ring.
Tiffany. The rest of the stuff is junk. Might explain the missing ring. A regular Amelia Earhart in her day. The ring looks distinctive. Optimistic, Cole. Junk.
This music is so disturbing. Family burnt to death.
You said I had to go back, Doctor.
The fires are cathartic. They allow you to confront your past.
You said the house would be empty.
Are you taking the medication I have prescribed?
You said the house would be empty. I heard them screaming.
Circumstances were unfortunate. My colleagues had made all the necessary
You
arrangements.
said the house would be empty. You're killing me.
The deaths were unfortunate, but you have dealt with death before. I want you to come to the clinic and we can deal
You said the house would be empty. How can I find peace?
He wants to kill him. The killer. I know them stupid heads learn. Stop listening to it, some head. Have I found all the clues here? Damn.
No good to me.
Yo.
You don't love me either.
Embarrassing.
Celine and Jacob are obviously having problems. Speaks to motive.
Crime scene evidence still weighs against it being a husband. Jacob could give us something to go on. One of my exes drank like this, you'd be feeling the back of my hand.
Call in burglary and get technical services out here. I'll talk to the neighbors.
Don't take all day about it, Phelps. I get nasty when I'm thirsty. North Union.
Safe around here anymore.
LAPD. Are you acquainted with Celine Henry, Miss?
Horgan. Jennifer Horgan. I've known Celine for more than 10 years. Our children grew up together. What's going on, officer?
Did you see Mrs. Henry go out last night?
Well, I'm no busybody, you understand, but Celine had been drinking. And she and poor, long-suffering Jacob had a terrible row. I think Jacob may have given her a black eye. He stormed out and she went back inside.
Did he come back?
No. Celine was listening to music and shouting until she left around 10 p.m. She was very drunk to have been driving. But she is not the sort of person you can stop from doing something when her dander is up. What is this about, officer? Is Celine all right?
I'm afraid Mrs. Henry has been murdered, ma'am.
Murdered? Oh, my God. I'm afraid I need to go and sit down.
Let's see what Jacob has to say for himself.
I don't think Jacob is our man, but we should see what he has to say.
Caught the guy that was pretending to be dead?
Jacob Henry had a violent argument with his wife last night. He's looking more and more likely.
For my money, if the broad keeps the house looking like that, she probably deserved it. The skipper says bring him in and keep the hacks off our backs for a while.
Fine by me.
So it ain't the werewolf killer after all. Good to see you've come to your senses, Cole.
I always said work the evidence. I only stipulated a connection to the BD killer as an avenue of investigation we should leave open. And as far as I'm concerned, it still is.
All units, officer detail, 211 and shots fired. 391 Broadway, Mallory's Cafe, 391 Broadway. Unit to handle code 3, identify.
Okay, Phelps, we go in hard. You follow my lead. You Jacob Henry?
Yeah. Who's asking?
LAPD. You're under arrest for the murder of your wife, Celine Henry.
Murder? Celine?
Save the dramatics
Oh,
for
my God.
RKO, pal. You got bigger problems.
What the hell are you talking about? You come in here, you tell me that Celine is...
Take a seat, Mr. Henry.
she's-
We're gonna have a look around, then we'll talk.
Jesus, I'm sorry.
I get even the slightest hint that you're a...
This isn't what we're looking for. Circumstantial.
You think the atmosphere's thick in here? Wait till you try the gas chamber. He'll be back in a minute. Just sit down.
The oldest problem there is, what to do about the old lady.
Size 11s. So who could have killed Celine? Where did she go last night, Jacob?
A bar, I suppose. Look, I don't know.
We know that she drinks, Jacob. Drunks have regular haunts, places they feel relaxed.
Celine did most of her drinking at home. She didn't have many friends left. Not many alcoholics do. Not real friends, anyway.
When did you last see your wife, Mr. Henry?
Last night. I went to see her. We talked. Things got a little out of hand. I left.
You don't remember what time you last saw your wife alive?
Look, I'm sorry. I left. Maybe 9 p.m. Might have been a little later, but right around 9.
Why did you kill her, Jacob? Things will go better if you come clean about it.
That's a lousy thing to say. I never gave up on my wife.
You went to her house, you fought, you beat her, she left, and then you followed her.
I left first. She tried to batter me with a frying pan. I had to slap her down.
Understandable.
So you can prove that you came back here after you left your wife's place.
I came back here. I was here all night. Start work at 6:30. I'm not the going out type.
Did a neighbor see you? Did you talk to anyone? You need an alibi, Jacob.
I don't have one. I was here. I listened to Amos and Andy on the radio, and then I went to bed.
We're still going to need you to come downtown, Mr. Henry.
We can get this all down on paper, Jacob. How you got fed up with your wife and how you figured killing her would bury all your troubles.
Kill my own wife?
She was a lush and a tramp, and you just couldn't stand it anymore.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
So now you're going to tell me you loved her? Ah, the DA goes all gooey over remorse, Jacob.
You're not...
Okay. Let's just leave it at that.
You're awful...
What's this bunker?
Doesn't look good for you, Jacob.
Call it in and get a squad car dispatched. And check for messages. I'll keep old Slugger here company.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need a patrol unit to transport a suspect back to Central.
Certainly, Detective. You have a message from the coroner. Do you wish to be put through?
Yes, ma'am.
Carruthers,
It's Phelps.
I've completed the autopsy. Several wounds to the head from a blunt metal instrument. Closest match would be a socket wrench handle.
So the cause of death was the blunt...
No, the blows to the head surprisingly were not fatal. Death was from hemorrhage and shock from the fractured ribs and multiple injuries caused by the stomping.
Anything else?
He's some kind of sex fiend. The tissues of the anus were bruised about 1/8 of an inch, but no trace of semen in the anus, vagina, or stomach.
Thanks, Doc. Operator, give me R&I. I need a registered owner on a license plate, 2boy8899.
Yes, Detective. I'll need to contact the DMV. Shall I relay the details via KGPL?
Please. Any other messages?
One, Detective. From Captain Donnelly. He wants any and all suspects returned to Central. Interviews to be set up immediately.
Got it. We're coming in.
be back after she's passed. Alright, I'm back.
11K, go ahead.
License plate.
Let me look at something.
But she was? About me, you, and the fighter? Why is she crying?
899, belonging to a brown 1936 Pontiac, registered to an Alonzo Mendez, apartment 16 at 402 South Fremont Street.
Mendez could be our man.
He could be at that, but you don't want to cross the skipper, Phelps. Not a great move in the first day. He wants Henry re-interviewed.
Brother said she took a real pounding.
Maybe if he had been a little firmer in the beginning, he wouldn't be in this situation now.
I imagine that Neanderthal routine is a big hit with the ladies, Galloway.
Women love me, Phelps. I have no complexity. They know exactly what they're going to get. Up ahead, you turn left.
I swear, if they have to have a talk on me, I'll talk to you.
Take the next left.
Let's see where school is.
We have a firm lead, Captain.
Are you questioning my judgment, Colfax?
No, sir.
Good. I thought. Jacob Henry is a sub-system pushed around by his wife. I think with the right kind of persuasion, he might be prepared to seek absolution. Are you prepared to show him the error of his reason, Phelps?
I don't think he's our man. Galloway agrees with me.
Don't drag me into this.
Rusty is a practical policeman. A bird in hand is always worth two in the bush. Let's liberate a confession from poor Jake, and the public will sleep easy tonight. Run along now, folks. I've warmed them up nicely for you.
Mouthpiece for stripped off me.
Doesn't look good, Jacob. You're in a big jam. You lie to me, and I can't help you out. Do you understand me?
Yes.
Access to weapons.
What do you do for work, Jacob?
I'm a mechanic. Engines, differentials, transmissions, that kind of stuff.
So you have access to tools?
Yes, I do.
Your wife was brutally beaten with a socket wrench handle, then stomped to death. How do you think that looks, Jacob?
I was home in bed.
Is your phone charged?
No.
I need to see it.
You were at home in bed while your wife was putting out to some stranger? What kind of man are you, Jacob? Do you allow that?
Son of a bitch. You got no right talking about my wife like that.
That's wrong. Damn.
You did it. Everything points to you. What does Tex mean, Jacob?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Accuse him.
You used your wife's lipstick to leave us a message. Was it a cry for help, Jacob?
Well, the last time I didn't kill my wife.
It's nothing personal. I'm just doing my job. You understand that? I need a reason.
That's what you want?
That's exactly what we want.
Seems to me there are two types of marriages. First, where the couple love each other equally and everything's roses. And then there's the other, where one person loves the other more than life itself and always puts them first. Chumps like me. You love them no matter what, no matter how badly they behave. That's it. That's my confession. I love my wife. And I'll take any test you got to prove it.
Your marriage was over. You took her in and she threw it back in your face. You didn't go over there to hurt her. It just got out of hand.
It's not how it was.
Jacob, I think she pushed you around and slapped you about. You got to like it. Big guy like you and you're a fucking pushover.
Ah, fuck you. I did my best to make it work.
Why did you break into your wife's house, Jacob? Why steal the ring?
What? What are you talking about? I've got a key. Why would I need to break in?
You took the ring because you found out who gave it to her.
What are you talking about?
Her prized garnet ring, given to her by her old boyfriend, Dick McCall.
I never knew that. I lived with that woman for 3 years, and I never knew that. In that case, I think you should be talking to Dick McCall.
We'll do the detective work, lunkhead. Just answer the questions.
I don't see any way out of this unless you give us something.
Phelps, you failed me, son.
We have another lead, Captain. This guy Mendez could be our man.
I hope so, Phelps. I really hope so. I'm deeply disturbed by your style of police work.
That's
we
why
can
I
still
did
pull
from
down a
inside the
conviction
hope.
for the skipper if we chase down this Mendez guy.
Jerks.
Alonzo Mendez. Sound like a man who moonlights as the werewolf?
Don't sound like a man I'd let my daughter anywhere near.
You've got a daughter.
Spend enough time drinking, Cole, you'll find yourself with any number of things you don't want when you're sober.
So that's why you never sober up.
Exactly.
I almost ran over that guy. Up. don't need